Hello everyone! Today's project includes this glorious new structure that Jeff and I built last weekend. Well, actually, let's rewind. Jeff built... Okay, we have to rewind even more than that. This used to be this gigantic rhododendron jungle. These rhodies are now pruned, but they were planted by my grandpa and grandma and were probably close to like 60 years old. Jeff came through, cut all of them back because this is where on our property it gets the most sun, and we realized we need that. Sun is like in short supply on our property. So Jeff came through and did all that. Then he came through and leveled up there for some potatoes, and then down here and leveled this out. And this used to be all terraced really nicely, and it was this like lovely little garden spot that my grandparents had, but over the years that just kind of eroded and the terraces softened into one gentle rhododendron jungle slope. So we're working on kind of reclaiming that a little bit and getting it into a usable garden space. And I thought actually that this might be a couple of years in the making. And it still is, but yeah, Jeff just went ahead and put some hard elbow grease into it and made it happen for this year. These are boards from an old picnic table that he took down, and I think maybe even from the deck still, the old deck as well. And all of that brings us to the next structure, which yes, last weekend I did help with. And thanks to our local hardware store and grow shop, one of the perks of living in Northern California, we got some supplies really easily, and I'll show you how we just kind of set it all up. The plan today, ooh, the sun is so bright. The plan today is to plant out the rest of the peppers as much as we can, and we'll see if we can get tomatoes going as well in this half of the garden bed. That half will get planted out as well, but we're stealing the dirt from there to hill up more of the potatoes that are growing above us. So here's a surprise little second section of our garden this year. Right now we have the plastic tarp folded up and clipped in because it was raining, and we wanted to make sure that as much as the bed that could get watered did get watered. But then when we're done, to keep the heat in and the wind from getting in, it's not too windy up here, but a little, we'll just fold it back down and clip it onto the poles that are bent right there. This is just PVC pipe that we drilled into. Jeff drilled a hole and we just stuck it down into that. There's a piece of wood supporting this corner, and then the tarp we just rested it on top, and then it clips on and off with these little easy clip-on, clip-off things. Here are the remaining big pepper starts that I planted from the pepper seeds, remember, that I got from the grocery store, and they're growing. I learned recently that if you pinch the tops of these, kind of like how I did with the basil, they'll get fluffier. So I might do that, but probably not today because they're already going to go through enough turmoil with me, planting them in their new areas. So I think I'm going to try to do, again, as many as I can fit, maybe 3 across, probably 4 across. I think you can put 1 pepper per square foot, and we've got a lot to work with today. In the last video where I planted peppers, I'm pretty sure that after Googling it, I said something like 18 to 20 inches apart, but then here I am doing it maybe closer to 10 inches or 12. I think it's pretty fine. The plants are resilient and they want to grow. One cool thing was that I found a stick that was almost exactly the distance that I needed to plant the peppers apart. So I just used that to help me measure so that I could get them, somewhat uniform and somewhat with enough space between. It is so satisfying to have watered these plants with rainwater, and I was reminded that these were plants that we bought at the grocery store. I just scraped out the seeds, so I mean it was basically free and then the water's free. The greenhouse cost like $36 plus time to make, So yeah, just, it's not really about the money, it's just kind of about the experience. But anyway, just a lovely little, it's a lovely little reminder I was thinking about. And having the rainwater just right there, just up the hill, was so easy. So thank you for coming with me today. We planted 32 bell pepper plants, and that's just half of this raised bed. Hopefully some more tomatoes will be growing from the starts from my friends up in Washington, and we'll plant those on the other side. So happy gardening. I hope everyone has a lovely day, and maybe this inspired you to scrape out some bell pepper seeds from your next grocery store run. Okay, we'll see you next time.